I'm so excited to do this. Let's bring him right out. First up, the Falcon himself, Anthony Mackie. Guys, you know him as the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. Last but not least, Captain America, Chris Evans!
I guess I got my own seat. I don't want it.
You guys are part of now a beloved trilogy. Those are rare in this town, right? Trilogies. This is the Captain America trilogy, right? How does that feel now to know, like, kids? Because in Civil War, they're talking about that old movie with Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. But now you're in a beloved trilogy that we'll be talking about for ages. How does that, have you processed that?
Yeah, I suppose. I think when you sign up for the Marvel Universe, you understand that you're going to be a part of a kind of collection of films with a group of people that hopefully will stand the test of time. So it's a real cocktail of emotion. It's exciting, it's a little daunting, but overall, it's a blessing.
I want to push that, so let's go back, because I want to walk through them a little bit. But 2011, you sign up for the first Avenger. Did you, we can be honest now because it's successful, did you really think it would be this popular and big?
I had hopes, you know, the Iron Man movies were so good, and you know that, you know, to make a movie, it requires a lot of the people behind the scenes, and, you know, the Kevin Feige's, everyone at Marvel, so, and they seem to have the winning formula, so I certainly had high expectations, high hopes, yeah.
Sebastian, I had heard before you were cast as Bucky, there was rumors that you were up for Cap. Is that true?
Well, that was the only role they were casting at the time. So everybody that went out for the movie was going out for that role.
So like in the beginning...
So it wasn't anything special.
But in the beginning, as an actor, in the beginning of it, were you like, you know, watching him like, I could have done that?
No, actually, no. I think everybody on set was thinking that.
I was definitely thinking that.
I'm also curious, if the roles had been reversed, do you think Bucky would be as, you know, protective of Steve the way he has to you?
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. That's their whole story, you know, that they keep kind of changing those roles, so to speak. You know, at the beginning it was very much flipped, and then obviously towards the end, you know, Bucky's the guy that's kind of more in need of help, so.
I mean, but Cap, like, really loves Bucky, right? There's, like, memes about it. Do you think Bucky loves Cap?
Bucky, should we just get out of here?
I need some water.
But yes, you do. Yeah. It's getting hot. Anthony,
hey,
I go
Anthony.
to you. Too much tension. Too much tension. Anthony, you weren't in the first one, but what, I mean, do you remember seeing it and thinking, like, I gotta get a part of this?
Well, no, I remember seeing it. Well, first of all, the franchise got really good when I got in it. So, let's just bookmark that for later conversations. No, not at all. I actually like the first Cap. I feel like it's really hard to do an origin story. I feel like every time you see an origin story, there's so much exposition you have to go through. It's really hard for people to sit through it and take in all that information. But I think what Cap was able to do was give you the origin. People saw it and liked it so much they came back again and again. I think that's a testament. The success of the second and third movie is a testament to the really greatness of the first movie.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I'm trying to jump ahead to Winter Soldier. I'm just curious, when you were doing First Avenger, like, how much, you can't reveal more about Infinity War. Everyone's going to ask that question. I know we're not going to be able to say much.
Oh, I'll tell you the whole thing. You want to
But back then, like, how much, when was the word Winter Soldier introduced? When was Civil War? Like, how much did you actually know then? How much planning was there when you were, you know, getting your character?
I mean, they tell you where they hope things could go. You know what I mean? I think they even said to you, you know, in the beginning of the first Avengers that Bucky's, you know, trajectory could lead towards Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I remember, because I asked Kevin actually at the Civil War and the press thing, you know, even about Spider-Man and the whole thing, and it's funny to think, you always think that they have this massive plan, which they do, but they really don't know sometimes whether it's going to come true. So for him, you know, even back then, I think 5 years ago when he was making the movie, that was a hope, but it's not like they knew for sure that they were.
But the Winter Soldier didn't come up to you in First Avenger, or did it?
It did, like, this is where it goes, this is sort of like the story, but it's all kind of relative to how every movie does, I think, and what the fans really want, what they respond to, so they base a lot of their decisions on that, I think, as well.
In Winter Soldier, there's a significant sort of change to Cap. We actually talked to the Russos about it, like that scene in the boat where you kick the guy off the edge, it's almost like a statement of Captain America kicks ass. Did you notice that? Like, was that important for you as well?
Yeah, I mean, in the first film, you know, Joe Johnston, I love Joe Johnston, but he had an idea of what Cap's abilities were and where the limit is. You know, he is just getting his powers, so I think it's okay to have a ceiling. But when the Russos came on, we really wanted to kind of say, listen, he's not just strong, you know. When he kicks somebody, these are one-hitter quitters. This guy's going down, he's not getting back up. And you really want to kind of show that power. I mean, he's not just Jason Bourne. This has to be something elevated. And so the Russos really, no offense to Jason Bourne, I love Jason.
I think you just took a shot at Jason Bourne.
I'm not talking.
You realize all super people are from Boston, right? Batman, Jason Bourne, Cap. I don't know, what is it, the Beans? What is it?
It's well, no, I was gonna
y'all
say something important.
Hey, they're kids here.
But yeah, when the Russos came on, they really wanted to make their mark too, you know, and I think that had to do with a fight style that we haven't seen yet, and I think that comes with his power, his speed, his prowess, you know, and I think they really showed that in that first boat scene.
Anthony, you alluded to this, but I really do applaud you because the Falcon was a huge standout in that movie. I think there weren't as many Falcon fans until you came. I think you really did surprise people. So congrats for that.
Yeah, we wanted Ludacris, you know.
I'm just curious though, because I won't name names, but actors have been replaced in these movies. Did you feel any of that need of like, I'm in this, I can't mess this up? Were you throwing it all out there with any of that in mind?
Hell yeah. You know, I came into it late because my whole thing was, I had a meeting with the Russo brothers, and they're like, you know, we're doing this movie, we want you in the movie, we can't tell you who you're going to play, we can't let you read the script, we can't give you the storyline, but it's going to be a really good movie. I was like, all right, I'm in. Like, that's as convincing as anyone has ever been in my career about it.
Sebastian, your character is so different in Winter Soldier. I imagine when you got the script, that was really fun for you.
Yes. No, absolutely, no, for sure. I mean, I was happy I didn't have a mask, really. That was kind of like the thing, you know, but...
You did for some, but you got to take it off.
Well, not in the... Okay,
Winter Soldier.
Right.
Sorry, we're about to get to Civil War.
I felt like he was just the quintessential asshole. In Winter Soldier.
Come on, Mackie, there's 3-year-olds here.
That little girl's mom curses.
Kids are...
I heard her mom. I heard her over there. Literally, that's why she went running back. Her mom started going all, you know, mom.
But yeah, so it was fun. It was fun, or was it?
It was fun only because, like, I've never really. First of all, I'd never been involved in any kind of fighting like that, the choreography and stuff. But just the way that the Russos in the streets of Philadelphia later on tonight. And but anyway, yeah. So the Russos obviously had a very specific way that they wanted to introduce like the Winter Soldier character, and that was fun. You know, it was great.
All right, so let's get to Civil War. I know there's a lot of questions. We're gonna get some of those. But when did Civil War come up? When was that during Winter Soldier at any point? Did they talk about it really early? Was that a hopes of like, oh my God, we might go to Civil War?
We were filming Ultron, and Kevin Feige kind of came in one day and was kicking around ideas for Cap 3, and he really made a big performance out of it. He had a little manila envelope, and he said, so, for Cap 3, this is what we're thinking. And he pulled out the Civil War comic book, and I was like, no, really? That requires Downey. And he said, I know, we're in talks with him right now. And after that meeting, we went back to set, and we were shooting some scene on Ultron, and Downey came up and said, hey, so I think we're gonna do this movie together. And I was like, really? Please do this. Because you know that's such a big, fans wanted it. It sends the MCU certain trajectory, and so we all had our fingers crossed. But Downey certainly was a big piece of that puzzle. So once he jumped on board, everything fell into place.
So let's get to questions, but there's something that I asked fans online. I have some more I'm going to ask you from fans online. But there was one part in Civil War that I didn't realize this was a thing, but it's a thing. I'm curious if you know this thing. For you, for Bucky's character, we find you in Bucharest. You're living this peaceful life. You go and you buy plums. And you don't get to enjoy those plums. You're like this normal guy. All that goes to hell. You didn't get to get the plums.
I keep thinking of that show with Will Ferrell did a cameo. Is it Eastbound? And, and he's just, I'm just trying to get some plums. I can't get that out of my head. Yeah, the guy was just trying to get some plums.
So you never got your plums?
No, I never got to eat them.
He doesn't even eat them. He just takes them home and crushes them.
Some plums.
Add some plums, guys. Sure. And we needed to address that, right?
I don't like plums. Those some nice plums.
Thank you to Jack. Those were hard to get. Jack, thank you for getting on. Yeah, they're good to eat.
We're I'm the Marvel Oprah. You get a plum. You get a plum. Catch it. That guy can't catch. You got it? I'm gonna throw it right at your head. You better catch it. You ready? Oh, lady. You got it? Marvel Oprah giving out plums.
This came from Stephanie Apostolico online. Someone asked, oh, there you go. She's here. Someone mapped it out. Cap, Sam, and Bucky traveled 17 hours in that blue bug.
Oh my
so I'm just curious, what did you guys do to pass the time? What was the road trip song? Could we see a buddy cop movie?
I Spy with My Little Eye.
Bunch Buggy.
You passed a lot of gas.
A lot of plums.
How did he get in the back seat?
Getting out of the back seat was always tough. The good thing is you never really saw it because they were already in the scene with Chris and Paul Rudd, but you can kind of see like the awkward.
Well, no, but I meant you kind of got the bitch seat is what I'm saying.
I had to take what I could get.
He was okay with that at that point. He's like, all right, I'll take it.
Just stay calm, just stay calm.
That's pretty much how he was on set all day. It was pretty funny. He's like, I hate this car. Like, I know, dude. And then Chris couldn't drive the car, so it was...
That's outrageous. I drove that car phenomenally.
No.
Come on,
when we were in the garage, you almost hit the wall? But you couldn't get it in second gear.
Are you kidding me? Seth, back me up.
No.
This is an absolute fabrication. First of all, the car was like a Tonka toy, and like gear shifting was insane. I drove that car phenomenally.
No.
Seth, back me up here.
He did, no.
I was bombing around those corners.
He turned it into a Ferrari.
Like, oh no!
Nonsense.
We were in the back.
Could we see a Bucky Falcon buddy movie?
See, I would say Lethal Weapon. Instead of 48 hours, Lethal Weapon. That's what you guys got to do.
Lethal Weapon would be good. Lethal Weapon would be good. I say we do 3 Men and a Baby.
I've been trying to get that with Hemsworth and Pratt forever. Wouldn't that
That would be epic.
be great? Not to like dump you guys.
Of course, yeah.
I'm just saying.
See that? You know what? You're cut out of it. It's 2 guys and a baby.
All right, well, there's another thing. I do a show called Movie Fights. We have some fans, where it's a debate show about...
Thank you, 5.
It's a debate show about movie nerdy topics. So this came in from a fan, and I wanted to try and do a quick movie fight with you guys. Which Avenger would truly win a Civil War? You each have to pick one. You can't pick yourself.
Wait, which Avenger?
Which Avenger would you be to really win a Civil War?
To win the Civil War?
Yes. Who would you pick out of the Avengers canon?
Well...
And you have to debate it. Who would you pick?
You can't... Vision. Vision is clearly the most powerful.
Sebastian, you have to pick somebody else.
Well, I mean, I would say Hulk then. I mean, if you know what I mean?
Anthony?
Just because he's wildly handsome, I would say Thor.
Thor, all right. Why is the other two wrong, Anthony? Why would Thor take out Vision and Hulk?
Well, because the thing with Thor is a god, so you can't kill a god, and he has great arms. You know what I mean? How come everybody else, no one else has like no sleeves? Like he has no sleeves. Why is that so annoying? Put that guy in some sleeves. Makes the chocolate look little, you know?
Guys, listen, I'm gonna have you vote on who wins this. All right, that's all right. What about Hulk?
Come on. I mean, he's insane. He's out of his mind. It can't stop Hulk. He goes through everything.
But the hammer can rip Hulk to pieces.
Yeah, and Vision can pick up the hammer. He's more rational than the Hulk. He has an Infinity Stone in his head. It's Vision. Come on.
Even the Scarlet Witch got rid of Vision. Remember? She did her head.
Yeah, you know what? Ant-Man took you out, so...
Don't understand. Let me help. This is how you can tell someone has never been in a fight. Right? So if you hit somebody more than they hit you, and that person runs away, who won the fight? He ran away, dog. He never landed a punch.
Yeah, I mean the Scarlet Witch. Yeah.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch took out Vision.
Are you changing your answer?
Yeah, final thoughts here. I'm going to go with
Scarlet Witch took out Vision.
Thor.
So Thor can hit the Scarlet Witch with the hammer.
No.
All right, that's your final statement. Any final thought on Hulk before we go to a vote?
I mean, not like that, but like...
You Hulk would lose? What'd you say?
He would win.
He would beat them both. Okay. And the last thought?
I'm sticking with Vision.
All right. Round of applause for Vision. Round of applause for Hulk. Round of applause for Thor.
It's like Chris Hemsworth.
Guy has great hair. Like, I want to shampoo that guy.
That was fun. All right, let's take another question over here on this side.
I think it's their turn.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Bye. Here we go.
Come back.
Oh, lady, what are you
Hi.
doing?
Hello.
I just wanted to say you were all great in the Civil War movie. Thank you for a great movie. My question is for Sebastian Stan.
That's you.
I wanted to know if you could have the Winter Soldier be in any of the MCU movies, not counting the Captain America movies or the Avenger movies, which one would you choose and why?
Careful, because I answered one of these questions, and then everyone picks it up, and they run it like it's what you demanded or something.
You're gonna break the internet tomorrow.
I don't know, man. I mean, there's obviously a very clear answer, but I mean, I'm not gonna maybe say it now. Well, where did he end up? You know,
we want to know.
Where did he end up at the end of the movie? That's the movie he should be in, I think.
Oh yeah, I
Black Panther.
agree. Yeah.
I feel like that would be the natural, but I don't know. You know, I don't know anything. It's always
He and Black
Maybe a
Panther
Black
teaming
Widow
up.
maybe a Black Widow movie if they make one.
I just want to make sure. Anthony? Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay. Just want to make sure he Falcon.
Oh, of course.
I heard that. She's trying to take me. I see you, baby.
This comes from Brianna Sutton. It's a question for Sebastian. The safe house for Bucky was in Romania. Was that a happy coincidence, or was it something the writers or Russos specifically did because you're from Romania? And that's
Oh,
the language?
they definitely specifically did that on purpose. Yeah.
Was that nice?
That was very kind of them and nice.
They like you,
yeah,
clearly.
I felt like I connected with some of the people that brought me to the world.
Another serious, Anthony, does the loss of Riley, this comes from Laura, what are you? Anthony, does the loss of Riley still affect Sam when Rhodey falls? How does that affect Sam moving forward? You didn't really get much time to, get in your headspace to cope with that.
Shot me in the face.
But putting the wings back on, was that, what was it?
No, it was very difficult because when you look at Sam's background, his partner in the Falcon program got shot down the same way. So we actually talked about that with the Russos, but I actually talked about that with the Russos. But yeah, it definitely affects him because it brings back all that stuff in his past.
I gotta ask this question. I know I'm surprised somebody hasn't asked it already. Who do you want to see in Infinity War? Who would you want to see your characters with? And I'm also curious, what do you think of Brie Larson as Captain Marvel?
Just heard about
Did that happen?
I really hope
It's
that
strong
happens.
rumor.
I
Variety.
love Brie Larson. We did a movie together back in '09. We did Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I cannot say enough about Brie Larson. I think she's phenomenal, and I really hope that happens.
I think they should go outside the box and cast like a dude as Captain Marvel. No, nobody. Oh, wow. Oh, really?
One female superhero.
Wow, there we go, ladies. Way to go, champ.
Anybody you want to see in Infinity War specifically? Either of you? Aside from you, yes.
Looks like it's time to get back some of those X-Men. in my opinion. Somebody out there's thinking about that, I bet.
That's a good question. Which
Yeah.
X-Men, if you could pick one X-Men to
Halle Berry. She could be Wolverine, she could be Cyclops, she could be whatever she wants. Just how her
Storm.
that soup.
Chris, is there a-
Mystique, we need that Mystique.
Steve? All right.
Well, I'd love to work with Fassbender just because he's Fassbender. You know? I think he's just great. Him and McAvoy, one of those guys, would be great to work with.
I heard Deadpool. What about Deadpool?
Halle Berry. Halle Berry.
Have you guys seen Deadpool?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, a little bit too tight.
Ryan would be good for the 3 Men and a Baby movie, too.
Ryan would be
Oh, that's
great.
right.
Yeah,
You're
well, I was
cut-
going with
you're
the Chris
cut-
thing, you know.
Chris.
But yeah, hey, Ryan would be great too. He would,
Yeah, you're cut out.
Go ahead, questions.
So Chris, in recent interviews, you said if your contract ran out with Marvel, you wouldn't just hang the shield up, you'd pass it to someone. So your personal preference, who would you pass the shield down to?
You did it.
Would you choose Bucky or would you choose Falcon?
That's a great accent. Where are you from? New Jersey?
I'm from UK.
Yeah, I put that together again.
I will cut the shield in half.
And give it
And
to
now
that baby.
Who says no? The other person should have it.
Play a game of
That's the
flip-top.
That's
right
it.
person.
That's it.
Yeah.
To be honest, though, because Falcon now has really stepped it up, because Winter Soldier's still kind of a dick. No offense to you. I mean,
He's
the
just
character.
looking for some pineapple somewhere, man, okay? He's all right.
At the end, he does come around. He makes his life a lot more tough.
That's really tough. They both have worthy qualities. They've both been soldiers. They've both gone into battle with Cap. You know, they're both loyal friends.
I would say give it to She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
I'm curious, because everyone debates this everywhere, but what's your favorite MCU movie?
I'm still a big Iron Man 1 guy, but I also really like Winter Soldier. Between those two.
Sebastian?
No, it's definitely those two, and I just have a feeling that Black Panther's going to be really great.
I would say Civil War. I think when you look at Civil War, pound for pound, story, action, it's kind of the best culmination of all of the different elements of Marvel coming together.
Are there any villains you want to see come back, particularly like Red Skull coming back? Could that be possible?
Yeah,
Well, you know what it means to Red Skull.
Hugo's phenomenal. I know it was tough for him making that movie. That prosthetic. We'd be doing fight scenes, and he would kind of in the middle of the fight scene say, "Wait," and turn his head and just push on his ear, and a fountain would just drop out of his head. So it was. I know it was a challenge for him, but he's so good. I'd love to see him come back. Yeah.
All right, we have like a minute left. I want to try and get quickly. Which side was this side? Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi, I just want to say that you guys are like amazing. But that's not my question. So this one's for Chris. So in the helicopter scene in Civil War, when you're pulling it back with your arm, I was just wondering, is that like just your arm, or are there special effects? 'Cause it's like huge.
No, that was just my arm. And you know what? I gotta be honest, I really took a page out of Mackey's book on this one, because when we were doing Ultron, before certain takes, you know, you try and work out before each take, but there were a bunch of scenes where I was the only one doing it, and I'd be embarrassed, and I would feel shame or something, so I didn't do it that often. And then when we started Civil War, even on Winter Soldier, like, Mackie has no shame. And before each take, Mackie's just curling weights. And I was like, yeah, what am I doing? Curl some weights. Who cares? I'm worried about like 20 people judging me as opposed to like 200 million, like, seeing it forever. So, I'm not gonna lie, before that scene, I was lifting a lot of weights and trying to get, that wasn't just like I woke up and looked like that. I was lifting weights for hours prior to filming that.
Well, could do this forever. Sadly, we're out of time. But
one last question.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Thank you. One more.
Thank you. Okay. So I guess kind of on the arm train here, Sebastian, how do you feel about losing the arm?
It's sad, you know.
You can put another one back on, right?
It was nice. Yeah, I'm gonna miss the lube.
Save so much money. Save so much money on the Sam's and Costco's run for lube.
Sam's Costco run.
No, we will not get that DVD. But you know, it's always exciting what's gonna go there instead, and what's gonna replace it.
Chainsaw?
Like a machine gun?
Yeah, you know.
Wait, turn the light on. We gotta see this baby one more time.
One more baby. Guys, make sure you go to the floor to get your autographs, photos with these guys. How about another round of applause? Thank you guys so much. That was a lot of fun.
This video is sponsored by the Crazy Kings of Toys. Check them out for all your toy needs and find out why they are so crazy. Find them at Amazon, eBay, Bricklink, and Facebook. Links are in the description. For more Toxic Pop, visit our website at toxicpop1.wixsite.com/toxicpop. Email us at toxicpop1@gmail.com and check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/toxicpop1 and Instagram at instagram.com/wearetoxicpop. Links are in the description.